Yes, indeed, it is the weekly engagement of Representative Benjamin Okeze Kalu with the good people of Abia State, especially Bende Federal Constituency. We're back, of course, after having a fantastic year 2021. This is 2022, the first edition for the new year. Ben Kalu's mandate is the program Bridging. It's a brand new year. My name is Michael Oni, Representative Benjamin Okeze Kalu. Glad to have you join us. Welcome to a new year, year 2022.
Thank you, Michael Oni, and Happy New Year to all the listeners. I like the way you always put it, especially Ben the Federal Constituency. My constituents from Ben the Federal Constituency, Happy New Year to you. I pray that this year will bring us more dividends of democracy. I pray that peace and unity will reign among us. To those who are in Abia State, I pray that God will help us to achieve all we have set our hearts to achieve this year. And that goes for the Federal Republic of Nigeria as well. It will be a lovely year. We hope, we are praying that God will make it a double year of blessings.
Amen. All right, let's begin with national issues, especially the recently signed budget. Over the years since the advent of this Fourth Republic, there have been contentions between the executive and legislative arms of government, particularly at the federal level, as regards to budgetary proposals and projections, and the misinterpretation or misunderstanding of such constitutional provisions have always made the affected two arms of government to be at loggerhead anytime budgetary proposals are forwarded or for consideration, passage, and signing into law. So the president signed the budget last week, Friday, 17.127 trillion naira. But the president expressed some reservations bordering on the removal of some of the original proposals and insertion of new ones, and that came with a lot of reactions. For example, the chairman, Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Professor Itse Sagay, said it was illegal for the National Assembly to introduce projects into the budget proposal submitted by the president. The senior advocate said, while the legislative arm of government had the right to adjust figures and make amendments to the budget, it lacked the power to introduce new projects. I want you to start from that. With that, and looking at the expression of Mr. President and also the reaction that followed suit by Nigerians, especially Professor Sagay.
Yo, Professor Sagay, quite cerebral professor, but he's an erudite scholar. I used one of his books, Sagay on Contracts, when I was studying law. He's quite a sound scholar. But I'm not sure if Professor Sagay is struggling to impress the executive here, so as to retain his job, or that age is having a toll, disabling toll on him. Because one wonders what section of the Constitution or subsidiary legislation regarding the Mona Bill that he could be referring to when he said that the National Assembly had power to deduct funds from projects, no power to introduce projects. He further claims it is an executive budget. First, I don't know which section that he was referring to as a scholar of law. And secondly, referring to the budget of the Federation, which is the national budget, as executive budget, is a time unknown to law. Because as well as much as I'm concerned, Section 81 refers to it as a national budget. And the word executive budget is unknown, or if you like, an alien to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And when you use the word national, it's interests of the nation, interests of the people. Those who best capture them are the representative of these people that cut across the nation. So the purposive intention of Section 81 was to ensure that the process of budget making was democratized by subjecting it to the pruning fork of the people's house. since the parliament, in any democracy, as you know, Mike, is the paramount arm of government. It is the fulcrum of democracy. So any executive budget that does not pass through the people's parliament is not the people's budget. Our budget is supposed to have the national spread, and that is what we, as members of parliament, ensure that is done. On the face of it, when you look at the statements, it might look very people-oriented, but it's not. It appears harmful as an opinion. We can underline intensive heat of insightful and harmful, very harmful elements. I consider it a deliberate attempt to rock the boat relationship between the two arms of government, which has prospered the nation in one way or the other. Yet we are not there, but it has made us plan better, making sure that we cooperate the areas we're supposed to cooperate, and also have our dissenting opinion on issues that we are supposed to debate, one of which is this national budget. So, to argue that Mr. President had some reservation is well in order, because like many call, we are not rubber stamps. So in a parliamentary democracy, if you bring in any issue on the budget before the National Assembly, and use the National Assembly the way you brought it, then what is our role? Our role is to ensure that there is an equitable spread, and that what you have budgeted or proposed is a reflection of the needs analysis of our people that they have submitted to us. So what we do is to put the constituent first. That is what propels the National Assembly. My brother, and the listeners who are listening to this program, just look around you, look around your constituencies, and tell me, if you remove the impact of the National Assembly members, the senators, and the House of Rep members, tell me if you see a single federal government presence in your area. It will be difficult to find a single federal government project. And how do we bring this federal government project? It's by looking at the budget and seeing that it is equitably distributed. It will not be lopsided, or it was, funded in view of the current economic realities of our nation post-COVID. You don't go and pile up training and all the rest of them overseas that will cost a lot of money, and you allow us to leave it like that. Or you put projects that we know is not relevant to our post-COVID recovery, economic recovery, and we will sit and leave it like that. No, that will be wasting the taxpayers' money. The professor must be reminded that the attraction of federal government projects and presence is a cardinal part of representation and responsibility. And what then will you define as representation if the needs of your people are who are in charge of a solution, and who came to you and elected you to go with their mandate to look for this solution, that those needs are not considered when you're sitting in Abuja? The budget is a solution point and must carry representation of the needs of your people. We cannot be there and they are doing budget and to ask me to close my eyes and bend the people who will not get what is due to them. No, that would be a misnomer. So spring campaigns, you go and you tell the people that I'm going to Abuja to speak grammar. I will speak and I will make bills and I will make motion and I will come back. So the old man in the village who needs water and school for the children and good health center will clap hands for you, right? and then you go back to them for the second time and they will vote for you. They will not vote for you because they didn't elect you to go there to speak only English. And I heard the professor saying, or I read the professor saying, the only place in the world the legislator does this is Nigeria. It's a lie. Please, erudite professor should do further research before making a generalized statement. In the course of my research, I found out that the Americans that we refer to and their democracy all this while, that is what we call the pork barrel legislation, or what people fondly call a MAC. And pork barrel, or simply pork, is a metaphor for the appropriation of government spending for localized projects, secured solely or primarily to bring money to a representative's district, mostly to serve the people, and also, to be re-elected back as a member of parliament. And this you can see when you look at the Alaska Bridge. The Alaska Bridge, well, that's what they refer to, the bridge that is going nowhere. The more the pork you obtain by a congressman to his people, the more the people are happy, and the more you also ensure high incumbency rate. I can go on and mention to the professor that those who have used this pork barrel philosophy of politics in America are popular politicians like John Moffitt, who is known as the king of pork, and he attracted about $200 million. Michael, wait, I need people to know this because they keep referring to America. $200 million was attracted for local projects by Congressman John Moffitt. And then you have Jim Moran. Jim Moran also brought an amount of about $36 million to do local projects. All these are for local concerns and to please their constituents. And are you talking about Mitch McConnell's pork? And he's celebrated because he also brought, $2.2 billion to fund the river project in Kentucky, which is his home state. The benefit of this is that it's a win-win for the constituent and for the congressman. And in 2014, the incumbency rate, because of how much projects are attracted to the people, for the House of Representatives in America was 95%, and for the Senate it was 82%. So the concept of bringing back the bacon from the federal government for the form of local projects highlights the sacredness of the representative, to his constituents, not the English that we speak when we go to Abuja. It's important that we mention people know that most of these cerebral, erudite scholars don't have the right intention when they try to mislead the public with analyses that are erroneous.
All right, it is still Ben Kalu's mandate, of course, the weekly engagement of Representative Benjamin Kalu with the good people of Abia State, especially then the federal constituency. We do this every week like we did in the year 2021, and of course we've started again this year, and he's been talking about that statement made by the Chairman Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Professor Itsesage, who said it was illegal for the National Assembly to introduce projects into the budget proposal submitted by the President. The senior advocate also said that while the legislative arm of government had the right to adjust figures and make amendments to the budget, it lacked the power to introduce new projects. So, of course, the spokesperson of the House of Representatives has been reacting to that particular statement made by Professor Itsesage. Now, let's move on. Now, in the past, such agreements rankled, to put it that way, cropped up allegations of padding of budgetary estimates for proposed budgets between the two affected arms of government. In fact, The lawmakers have been accused in the past, just like they have been accused now of padding the budget. With your explanation, it seems there is nothing like budget padding here, Representative Benjamin.
No, there is nothing like budget padding. Absolutely nothing like it. You don't expect us to look at a document presented by the executive, throw it back, and just the way they cut it. It's not a garbage in, garbage out way of getting things done. It is a preparation. We have the power of the force. We have the power of the force, which means we look at the economic realities of our nation. We look at, what is available resources. And look at the proposals, what the executive president was proposals. Because they are proposals, we need to fine-tune to be able to bring out what will reflect the needs of our people. So, what we have done is to look at what has been given to us and then fine-tune it to reflect the needs of the people that we represent by cutting down one place, increasing the other place, by also bringing what was forgotten. Mike, let me ask you, do you think that the Minister of Water Resources, Agriculture, Health, and name them, will sit in Abuja and know the real problem of people in Bender Federal Constituency? Let's be frank, how would they know it? How? Which mechanism are they going to use to know it? I run town halls. How many times have they run town hall meetings? The purpose of town hall is to analyze the problems of my people. And when I do, the traditional rulers, the faith-based organization, all the stakeholders will present what appears to them as the needs of the federal constituency. What I do with that is not to sit and speak grammar on those needs of my people. What I do with them is to go back to Abuja, and when we are fighting with the national cake, I try to introduce the needs of my people. That is what representation and responsibility is all about. So it's not pardoning anything. All of them. Is anyone taken out of the country? All those projects, are they not going to be done inside the country? And if we're talking about nation building, which we believe in, you don't build a nation only in Abuja. You build a nation from bottom top, from the local people, who have one needs or the other. Because the local government system is not effective. You know that. The autonomy of the local government is not only enough. Even the process of electing those who sit there, the interference of the executive and the local government, level of government is not as it's supposed to be. So it means that gaps are created every day due to inefficiency of the various local government operation, in the various states. So what do? We are the more available people to the people, leaders to the people. They approach you and said, we want this, we want that, we want that. Do you close your ears to them? You have to go to Abuja and fight for our national resources to be used to, begin to fix your own federal constituency or senatorial district. And that is what the current House of Rep members are doing all over the state.
Interesting. So let's move to state issues away from national issues and those allegations of budget padding, which has been addressed. Move to state issues now. It is the year eve, if I can put it that way, the year before the general elections in 2022, and consultations have started. Intrigues of course already playing in, looking at stakeholders in the state making their intentions known as early as the year 2022 before the general elections, hoping to take the top man job right here in Abia State, talking about the governorship seat. And we're talking about the likes of Professor Gregory Ibe, who is the owner of Gregory University, coming from Abia North. Then Senator Inaya Baribe from Abia South, where the governor is coming from, and also, the incumbent governor is coming from, also from Obingwa local government, the same local government where the governor is coming from. Of course, Senator Inaya Baribe has also declared his intention, among other persons that have declared their intention to become the governor of Abia State. I don't know what should be your advice. Let's get your reactions, and what should be the questions to be asked by the citizens, of course, talking about citizens' participation in governance.
Thank you. Yeah, this is the season for what you just mentioned now, where a lot of interest will spring up. And I'm happy the way the governor addressed it recently through his chief press secretary, that he doesn't want any distraction for this lap of his administration with these declarations, because whether or not we like it, it is their fundamental right to show interest, to run for various positions, and the names that you mentioned qualified citizens of the state. They have pedigree, they have their qualification, and more will declare. I'm sure the people you mentioned are mainly from one political party, and we don't have only one political party in Abia State. More will show interest, but the fact remains, is not the person who first round starts a race finishes the race. It's a marathon. It's just commencing. Some will declare early, some will declare later, and is the state looking for a good leader? Yes, why not? The state wants somebody who advance from where we are to where we ought to be, not something that will pull us further back. The state is looking for something different, and I am sure it's going to be played differently. I am sure it's going to be played differently. It's not going to be played along political party lines, because political party only as the indicator or the yardstick for measuring who will govern the state may not be enough.
We've not heard so much from your party, APC.
Yeah, you will hear from my party.
Okay.
Definitely you're going to hear from my party.
Are you preparing ahead of 2023 general election?
Of course, we are the ruling party in Nigeria. There's no how we will not be preparing, and we may not be shouting on the screens of the camera or through the boxes of the radio, audio boxes of the radio, but we are preparing. Do we have challenges? I will not tell you that we don't have challenges. We have challenges in the state, in our party. But those challenges, are they strange challenges? They are not strange. It's normal in political parties. When there is Congress, when there is convention, these things come. But they settle down at the end of the day, because it's just one party. We are one family. Some of us don't believe in faction D's and faction D's. No, we just believe in working for the party. At the right time, these things will settle down and we'll join hands to build our party. So, for me, I am calling on those who understands the needs of the state to come forward. It shouldn't just be those who know how to play politics. Those who know how to play politics may not be enough. We're looking for those who are passionate about the state. We're looking at those who have seen the challenges of the state and who want to identify with those challenges with solutions, not theoretical solutions, not booked solution. We're not just looking for people who are professors and people who are this and that, great politicians. No, we're looking for even one person, a common man who has something to offer, that will be selfless enough and that will be able to raise a good team. It's not just yourself. Governance is not about just the governor. Governance is about the governor and his team. We are looking for a man that is able to organize, good human resources around him. Because you start failing when you pick the wrong people based on political sentiments, and you don't consider their technical know-how in the field that you want them to work, but it's just political compensations. When you use political compensation as a formula for positioning, you will not be strategic in your leadership strategic positioning. But when you seek for merit, if you seek for competence, you are going to drive efficiency and effectiveness of governance. Because without looking at the faces of the people, you take care of the politicians, yes, but they have their role that they play, which is mainly political. But on the issue of running the activities of the state and getting results for the people, you need to select those who has the right, capacity to build those sectors. That is what they should be looking. The Abians should be looking at. People of capacity, not just in themselves.
Not about political party.
Not just political party. Political party is a vehicle. My political philosophy has always been not holding so tight to my political affiliation. I defend my party, yes. My party is supreme, yes, but it doesn't stop me from associating with those from other political parties who have something to offer. That is the truth. It doesn't stop me, because I know today we are in this party, tomorrow we might be in the other party. This is not my first political party. In fact, this is my third political party. I've been in PDP, one of the new old members of PDP from '99. I've been in PPA. I'm now in APC. Nobody says that I must die in APC. Nobody says that APC is not good as well. All we are saying is that these are just vehicles. In view of what you want to achieve, you use them, get to your destination. They are not your destination. But remember, what people are looking for now, they are not colors of the party, but colors of your governance, colors of your leadership. What are you bringing to them? How are you answering your name before these people? Some of us are trying to get to the point where even if we choose a party that is unknown, that is SYZ party, as long as people have come to know who you are and know what you're capable of doing, they will join you, because they don't care about the party. The party does not pay anybody salary at the end of the month. So if you build your leadership style around competence, capacity, and passion for your people, if you make your leadership style to be centered around the people, people will follow you any political party you go to, and that is true governance, and that is the expectation of democracy.
Interesting. We've been speaking with Representative Benjamin Kalu of Bende Federal Constituency. Of course, he's a member of the 9th National Assembly, that's the lower chamber, on Ben Kalu's mandate, bridging the gap between the parliament and the people. Let's bring the conversation back home. It's been an amazing journey for Representative Benjamin Kalu of Bende Federal Constituency at the House of Reps, as he has been constantly available and accountable, as you know, right on this program and of course several platforms, while maintaining close communications with his constituents. Of course, raising the bar for quality representation and putting Bende on the national map, to the amazement of Abians from all political divides. And 29th of December 2021 was another time for the annual Bende Federal Constituency Town Hall Meeting and Empowerment Program, where the representative returned to his constituents for accountability and stock taking. Of course, in the last 2 years, over 22 motions on key public issues have been moved on the floor of the House by him, and numerous ongoing and completed project that he has mentioned on this platform severally. Let's just do a snippet of that event that took place on the 29th of December in Bende.
Honorable Benjamin Kano be abaforo hamiri I see one go futa Rutempa Technical Ben Kano, Honorable Benjamin Kano be a meziera law school I kwaya ngwongwo kwano noe imani ma okala rumbo okala woroho aigaru bridge ile me ola bonye rute ye pikolo ha gadi ndegi icheba aka adi amama ya dabala mmiri agho ya Honorable Benjamin Kano rute silo zuole bia leru umu imenyi mpa yeme umbombo ya bia leru bridge ai wo wubichi wo wukwasi imenyi ma che itamoki Bende Kwaluwo.
Honorable Ben, compliment of the season to you. I just want to express my gratitude to Honorable Ben, and also standing to thank Ndi Bende for making it possible. For after 16 years, we made the right choice. I will say precisely what Honorable Ben has done for Itumbuz. The first center, one of its kind in Abia State, is situated in the Tombozo. I also want to tell us that we have schools, classrooms renovated, even brand new 5-block classrooms built by Honorable Ben. And I want to say, Ben, this is one of his kind. There's too numerous to mention, but because of our time, I want to say, God will bless you people.
These women I love so much. I'm going to give you wrapper today, and here must have something to go home with. Everybody now here get okay. As long as he battereba ata, so nanda porogua, he get hala na Jesus. I can tell you that what we have in the warehouse is 6 times more than what we have here. But in the nebutastia si kagulaha and anakuhu gibute and akbabonga.
Well, just a snippet from that annual empowerment program that took place last year. That was on the 29th of December 2021. It has now become a regular thing for you, town hall meeting and report presentation day, if I can put it that way. So people are asking if you've really done this for the past 19 years, because during that event I was present there live, and you said it's been happening for the past 19 years. Then if so, what is the inspiration behind this?
Thank you very much, Mike. Yes, 29th of December is now known as the Benjamin Kalu Day in Bende, where I come from. Yes, I have done it for that long. I started in 2003. That was when we started pushing this day, because that was the day my mother was buried. And my mother was very dear to me. That's why I don't play with women. Very dear to me, and showed me the path of righteousness, showed me the path of taking care of the less privileged ones in the society, made sure that I understood the value of living selflessly. So that day I used it to remember her, and it was also the day I married my wife in 2005 on the 29th of December. So it was the same 29th of December for the first time. My family living overseas, I was able to bring them back on that same day. So it's a very significant, remarkable day that God has given to me to use and remember the less privileged people in the society. We've been doing it even before winning this office just 2 years ago. We've been doing it back to back. We have not missed any single year, and I don't think we're going to miss anyone for a very long time. So this year we combine it with our town hall meeting, to engage with the public and the stakeholders and update them, because I owe them this updating from time to time, this update from time to time, to enable them know what I'm doing. And we do an appraiser section. People would testify whether it's good. You had their voices. In fact, there is no time you would have heard from all the political words in the federal constituency. All of them had something to say. Nobody was told what to say. They were just reporting back on what they have seen. We've tried to spread our development strategy to go around, not pushing it into one area. So it's a very significant day, and like I mentioned there, everybody who came there had something to go home with. But let me also mention that because it ran late into the night, we finished around 11 p.m. we suspended. We're starting again tomorrow 8 a.m. we're starting tomorrow to give out some of the things that we were not able to give out that day because it was late. And then after 8 a.m. from 12 o'clock we will start visiting the various ward with the food distribution that we started on that day, to make sure that almost all the homes will have a little piece of our love. So that will run for almost 1 week. We have enough food that we're going to be pushing around. We're not asking them to come to Bende. Our vehicles will drive to them and then take care of our people, So that is what it's all about. It's a moment, it's a period to give love and to let people know that this year is going to be better. So let's start by giving, and God will give back to us.
Amen. So is it proper for me to call you a chief now, Chief Benjamin Kalu?
I've been a chief since for a very long time, from 2000, and my first chieftaincy title was given to me in 2002.
Well, you really attach it to
No,
your,
I honestly, I don't really like titles.
Okay.
Even the honorable that people attach to me, I don't really like it. I like my name, Benjamin Kalu. It's good enough for me, you know. But I have a couple of those chieftaincy titles, and recently, I think Ohafia.
Ohafia, yes. The
Yeah.
Council of Monarchs in Ohafia conferred on you the title Pakpandu Ohafia. I don't know the meaning anyway. So maybe you help me there.
Pakpandu means star. Star,
star.
you know, like a star.
Star of Ohafia.
Yeah,
Okay.
they gave me a chieftaincy title.
That's not your constituency.
It's not my constituency, but you see, my representation, just like the governor pointed out, governor was the first person to say Benjamin is not just the representative of Ben, the federal constituency. Benjamin represents Abia State, and I'm proud of what he's doing. If they will tell you the truth, those in the government in the state will tell you, I don't discriminate. I help the state in one way or the other. And the same thing is all the constituencies around my corridor, like Ikwano, Umahia. I partner with Honorable Onibo, and also for Ohafia. The road I attracted there, like I mentioned, there was a debate last week where it was being argued back and forward. Even though my brother knows the truth, but it was just being, the people that gave this chieftaincy title are the council of Ndeze, not chief. The ruling council, all the traditional rulers, came together, and they are the head of that council is a revered professor who is about 112 years old. He sat down there to honor me, and he asked, there was one thing that was very special. He said the press must get this, that they must take the photograph of myself and himself together, that he wanted to be in the press, and what made them give me this title was because of that road. How I'm representing the Igbo race, the National Assembly, and representing the House of Representatives, and how I push for projects to come around our place. I say so because when they went to see the Honorable Minister, Fashola, my very good friend, he told them, if you must thank, go and look for Honorable Benjamin Kalu and thank him.
That's the traditional rulers from Ohafia.
Yes. The traditional rulers from Ohafia, they went there to see
the Minister of Works.
The Minister of Works, to thank him. Not only the traditional rulers, even the former Attorney General was there. Some of the prominent stakeholders were there. Etiwa or some Etiwa SAN, who is also my friend. All of them were there, and he told them that they should go and look for me and say thanks. And based on that, this is one of their ways of saying thanks. To say, my brother, my son, you have been good to the people of Ohafia by attracting this road. His Royal Majesty Dr. Kalu was there, and he was one of those people who also was present to give me this title. He was also in Abuja, and not only him, I think the other doctor, a mega or something, I can't remember the name fully now. They were there to thank Fashola, and Fashola said, go thank Benjamin. So this is their way of saying thank you for attracting this road that started from their area forward. So I don't know, that is the conclusion of the matter. There is no debate again. So, and the place that this took place is their sacred ground. Ohafia has a sacred ground. This chieftaincy title was given to me from where Ohafia started, where they believe their ancestors started. So when you stand on that ground, it's a sacred ground. So it was on that sacred ground that this revered traditional ruler, traditional rulers in Ohafia are well-read, educated, exposed people. This was where they sat and they also stood to give me the chieftaincy title, to say thank you for what you're doing. And I re-echoed in their presence that this is what happened with regards to the road, and nobody contested it. So I think that should relate to rest this debate of who is grabbing project and who is not grabbing project. We should think for higher things than what have been accomplished to start dragging ownership of it. There are lots that we can do together by synergizing.
All right, just before we throw the lines open, let's look at the year 2022, what it holds for the people of Bende. federal constituency that you represent. I'm sure there are some things in the pipeline that, of course, you're bringing back home again for the year 2022.
Yeah,
and
there is no resting. You don't say, "Oh, I have achieved, I've done this." We have done a lot. We've done a lot selflessly. But there's no point where you say, "Oh, I've done enough. Let me go to bed and sleep." You disappoint the great minds. I respect my people in Bende. They are great minds. I don't want to mention their names here. Some people who have made great marks in this country are from that federal constituency, and they are watching you like a hawk. They are watching every step you do. They are timing you. They are looking at the timeline that you execute any project. They are looking at the promises you make to them. They are looking at how you respect them. They are looking at how you carry yourself. They are looking at how you project the name of Bende. So for me to rest now will be a misnomer. So I'm pushing with this budget. Bende should expect a lot more, both from me and from the distinguished senator. In fact, if you know what distinguished senator has influenced in the budget for our people, you'll be clapping hands for him everywhere you see him. For the whole senatorial district, I'm not talking about Bende alone. I need to mention it because he is working very hard, and very soon it is going to be over. But for me, the caterpillars will start entering some of the roads very soon. Item, we are coming to Item very soon. They will see us there soon. They're going to see us in Ozitem soon. These ones I'm talking about in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And they'll start seeing our presence there. And some of the jobs that we are doing, we are not leaving halfway. The work we started there will speed up as the new year has started. And other things that we have in pipeline, we'll conclude the old ones that we started, and the new ones will come in. We'll start commissioning from this week, end of this week. We're going to start commissioning some of these projects to enable the people have access to them.
Okay. So just when is the National Assembly resuming from the...
Good question, Mike. Good question. We have up to the 18th.
Okay.
Up to the 18th of this month to go back to plenary. So, but before then, I want to spend more time with my constituents and engage with them more. But after a while, I have to also go and rest. I'm not taking holidays because this is not holiday for politicians.
Okay.
We move around, we see constituents, we do all that. So when we retire to Abuja, I will not be seen for a while because I have to go have some rest with my family and then come back fired up to push on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you can be part of the conversation. Of course, as usual, the lines are still very much the same, but in case you join in for the first time, it is the first edition of Ben Kalu's mandate. Of course, bridging the gap between the parliament and the people is the program where weekly engagement of Representative Benjamin Kalu with the good people of Abia State, especially Bende Federal Constituency. You can share your thoughts with him. He's live in the studio. 0808 182 6949 0811 605 2949. You can also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. Don't forget we're live on Facebook, facebook.com/Flow949FM. Drop your comments there. Yes, glad to have you join us. What's your name?
Hello?
You're welcome.
Yes. Honorable, good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, my name is Henry Enyoko. I am calling from Omo Gelentega in this Alangwa North. Honorable, very the truth, I am not from your constituency, but what is true and very factual is that you are working. You are working, and we must thank the praise. For the praise for us to know of somebody of your doing your type of representation, we wouldn't have been in position to know. What I am saying is that not just hearing from the praise, I have equally heard from people who are there. They are attesting to the fact that you are doing a very marvelous job as their representative. No doubt about that. Having said that, some time ago I called on air and asked you a question on this Ruga issue, which is a burning issue in this country, especially this part of the East, where most of the governors are saying that they do not want that. I asked you your take on that. Some time ago, you were promised that when you go back, that you will do something about that. That question now is like a recurring decimal. I am still asking you, what is your take on the issue of Ruga? Thank you.
Thank you for your thoughts. He's asking about the issue of Ruga. Ifeanyi Chukwu on our Facebook page says, Happy New Year, Mike. Happy New Year, Honorable Benjamin Kalu. God bless you. I passed through Bender to my hometown, Amepo, on half year on Sunday. I was happy on the progress so far on that all-important road. God bless you, sir. But I want to ask, who is in charge of Omenuko Bridge? Please, how long will that bridge remain a death trap? Also, I believe the leadership school will see the light of the day this year. God bless you for all you are doing. You're the best. All right, thank you, Ifeanyi Chukwu. I'd glad to have you join us. What's your name?
Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome. Can you move away from your radio set,
Good morning. Hello, good morning.
You're welcome. Quickly, because your line is not clear. All right, Mr. Ike.
Benjamin Kalu, good morning, sir. Happy New Year.
Good morning.
Yes, Michael Oni, that honorable man you are saying is a great man in Ben. He has done a lot of things. He's a great man that we sent to Abuja to go and represent us. He has represented us well. He has built many palliatives in 29 December to the poor people, to the widows, to the poor. May God bless him. He has already walked many roads in Bende, local government. He has changed the face of Bende to become a small London. May God bless Benjamin Kalu, Otabri Bende, to make him the one of Bende. That is my own title that I could give to you. May God bless you, my brother. Do more and do more. In Jesus' name.
Thank you, Mr. Ike Oswago from Bende. Glad to have you join us. What's your name?
Hello.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, welcome.
Good morning, House of President.
Good morning, sir.
What's your name? Please go on with your thoughts. Right.
Hello.
Yes, go on, please.
Oscar.
All right, Pastor.
Benjamin Kalu has done very well in Bende, and he has represented other people very well. I want to find out from him, is he not aware of the sufferance of pensioners in the United States? Up till now, most of the pensioners were not paid during December. It's not to this 2 years. They've not been paid. They've not received anything. What is the local government? What don't they still ask questions and find out what's happening in the United States? Pensioners are suffering in the United States, please.
All right.
They should do something.
All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. He's going to respond to that, even though he's a lawmaker working in Abuja, but then he will respond to that. Let's see. This is coming from... Okay, please, sir. Which part of Ozuite is your caterpillar working? Thank you, Honorable. This one says, please remember the people of Isiegbu village, Bende. There is no street light over there. Thanks. God bless you, and God continues to bless you. I'm Jonah Godwin Undukwe, across the border. That's the nickname there. Hello. You're welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'll make a name come out. Oh, Dion Duque, when you have quality substance, Romane and Astarasia, Lumaeva. I'm very, very happy your response immediately within that time, without wasting time. You did a lot. God will lift you up.
Amen.
All your dealings in the house, you'll be number one.
Amen.
Amen.
I thank you so much. I'm very, very proud. Even what you are doing after with them, I'm very, very proud with you.
Thank you.
Go ahead. More grace to your able. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you for your prayers. Keep those comments coming. 0808 182 6949 0811 605 2949. Yes, you're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ifeanyi from Aro.
You're welcome, Mr. Ifeanyi.
Yeah, so I greet Honorable Benjamin Kalu.
Good morning, sir.
Appreciate his wonderful stride, bringing a dividend of democracy to the masses. But I want to
So it's just a humble advice. We are humans. Sometimes maybe if one encounters some challenges, like what is happening about the contract. Somebody dragging that, so is the one that drives the contract. So I don't want him to be distracted. So let him be focused. I always appreciate his stand. He said that the aim of going there is to bring a sort of attractive development to this area. So let him not be disturbed by whatever sort of opposition he may be encountered. Even I want him to do more, if possible. Let him extend, that just to other areas, just as we see in other parts of the country. So let him not, be distracted by whatever opposition or challenges he may encounter. That's just my humble advice.
All right. Thank you very much for your advice. Yes, glad to have you join us. What's your name?
Yes. Good morning.
You're welcome. Good morning.
I'm calling from Ikuano.
All right. What's your name?
Mr. Uzoma.
Okay, Uzoma.
Uzoma.
Go on with your
calling from
thoughts, please. All right. You're welcome.
Please. I have a problem. Serious problem. I have a problem. Serious problem.
What are your thoughts? Are you asking a question or you're reacting to some of those issues trashed today on the program, Uzoma?
I'll call you back.
What's going on? If you can send a message to 0906 510 8289, Uzoma, please do that. Seems you're crying, anyways. Let me allow Honorable to react to those comments on our feedback platforms.
Thank you very much. I would like to start with the last caller, Uzoma, who called now. My brother, whatever problem you have, God is able to solve it. You couldn't talk because your heart is heavy. I felt you are in pain. Try and reach out. Mike has given you a number to reach out, and from Mike you can reach also to me. If there's anything we can do together, we'll find a way to provide solution. Don't cry. It's the beginning of the year. God will fix whatever it is that is affecting you. Alright? Reach out, and I'm happy you pick up that phone to call. It means that you want to reach out. Please do reach out. We'll see what we can do together. Don't carry the burden alone. Let's share it together, okay? God bless you. Yeah, the next was Mr. Ifani, who gave a very good advice from Aruchuku. Yeah, that I should remain focused. Very good advice, and I'm going to take that your advice. Thank you for calling in. You were straight to the point, and I really appreciate people like you who listen to this program. You'll be amazed the kind of people who listen to this program. Great and mighty people tune in to listen. Some of the time they don't call, but you found time to call. I really appreciate you. And that you don't calling doesn't mean that we don't appreciate you listening. At least we're updating you with what we're doing. But feel free to call anytime you have any issue you want me to resolve, because we want transparent representation where you can ask me any question or anything. We have nothing to hide. We are here to lead the people. Now, somebody called in from Ikuano, Ndukwe. Ndukwe said he was happy with how we did our intervention about the people who passed on, the children who passed on. We made promise. We try to keep our promise because that is the nature of God. If we promise, we'll try. Unless the resources are not there, we'll always try to see what we'll do. Across, who called is asking for street light. The street light we're distributing. We have a few coming in that is able. I don't know how much, but it's not. We don't have a lot this period, but we're trying to make sure that we'll spread it across the federal constituency. More will come. We have put in, in the budget to bring in more. Now, Ozitem, somebody asked which part of Ozitem is the caterpillar. No, with the caterpillar has not come in. I said in the next couple of weeks, we're bringing in, I'm sure this January, we're going to come in to work in Ozitem. Wait until we come in, then we'll tell you where we are working. That is one. Then the next is, Pastor Ubunna. Saying the suffering of pensioners in Abia State. I'm sure or aware that recently, not up to a month ago, that the governor released some funds, that was also supposed to take care of some of these debts that had accumulated for the pensioners. I'm sure that something was done. I sent a congratulatory message to Mr. Governor. In fact, I told him in person actually when I met him thereafter. I said, my friends have been calling me to tell you this and that, and now that you have done one or two things, they are not calling me to say thank you. I know some money was released for school teachers and all that, but I will also go back to him and find out if there are still outstanding and what he's planning to do about that. Be patient, please. It's the beginning of the year. Aiko Swabu, thank you for your kind words. I appreciate your prayers. Ifeanyi Chukwu asked a question, two questions. One, Omenoko Bridge, whether it's going to be part of this. Yes, it's going to be part of it. Omenoko Bridge will be part of this project that will run through 46 kilometers from Umuahia, Bende, and Ohafia. You can't get to Ohafia through Bende as is without passing through that very tiny Omenoko Bridge. It will be solved. I passed through here when I was going for the chieftaincy title recently, so it will be taken care of. You also asked a question about the leadership. Yes, we are really working so hard on the leadership school. Hopefully we'll kickstart it this first quarter of the year. A friend of mine who is a lover of this program that always called from Isialangwell, right? Also called in to appreciate what we are doing around my federal constituency, and also mentioned the issue of Ruga. I wouldn't know what he wanted me to say with regards to that, because I had mentioned it in this program before. Anything that has to do with land, that the 1976 Land Use Act is still operational, and unless that act is amended, it will be difficult to impose anything on the governors. So it's for the governors to stand up and put the provisions of the law that protects their interests. And if there's any need to amend it, it will pass through the parliament and we'll be there to debate it for or against. So for now, that's what I want to say about that.
All right.
The 1976 Act gave powers over every land in the state to the governor. So I don't think it has been relinquished by any amendment of that piece of legislation.
All right. We want to really appreciate you for being part of the program.
Thank you, Mike.
The first edition in the year 2022. Yeah. Chinyere Ukandu says, I was at Ohafia on the 2nd of this month and I saw you live. You're really doing great, Ukandu Chinyere.
Thank you, Chinyere.
Ohafia. Then Abolaji Odetokun. Continue to your good works. God is with
Thank
you.
Abolaji is from the southwest, and yes, you see monitoring what we are doing here. So it's a national thing that we are doing. Thank you very much for calling in. And Chinyere, why didn't you come and say hello? Next time when you see me, come and say hello that you listen to Ben Kalu mandate.
All right. Thank you very much, Representative Benjamin Kalu, for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me, Mike. And I hope this year is going to be a fantastic interactive year on this program. We'll try and take it from one level to the other because it has become the people's program.
All right. And many thanks to the media team of the representative. Of course, the media team of the representative has been so wonderful, fantastic in ensuring that this program remains on radio. Many thanks to you also for listening. My name is Michael Oni.